as scholars, have issues that are of importance to us, questions that we would like to contribute to the responses to. And I think once we can identify what we feel we can bring to addressing the big issues in the world, then research, teaching, and service give us avenues through which to do it. So as opposed to thinking of them as three separate silos, we imagine the various ways that we can explore the issues that are important to our communities, to ourselves, to the work that we do. And instead of thinking of one as being more important than the other, they're all incredibly important. And once we start doing that, I think we can move to a place where, as opposed to thinking about a research agenda, a teaching agenda, a service agenda, we can start to think about what is my scholarly agenda. The project that I've been working on most recently is around the issues of youth engagement, particularly in post-industrial regions, communities that are in transition, and trying to better understand the ways that young people are involved in these communities, the ways they want to be involved in these communities, and what we as educators can do to create the spaces for that to happen, and to acknowledge and recognize some of the ways that young people are involved that right now don't receive the value that they should. The way that I use engaged scholarship in the classroom is by taking the research questions that I'm working with, or the issues that are really important to me in my community, working with my community to address those issues, and then sharing some of that information back to the students in my classroom. And often what happens out of that is the students raise issues and questions that then reciprocate that arrangement, and then that gives me something to go back into the community with. So that's how I see it. The research and the service that I'm doing in my community is informing what I do in my classroom, while what I'm doing in my classroom is informing what I'm doing in the community. It's all interlinked. Something that I think is really exciting about community engaged scholarship is the interdisciplinary nature of it. I think community engaged scholarship recognizes that no one skill set or no one knowledge base is going to resolve and address all of the issues that are facing us in the 21st century. There's so many exciting opportunities ahead of us. There's so many challenges that we have to face. And they're going to have to be addressed from an interdisciplinary perspective. And that also includes people with various experiences, not just academic experiences, but lived experiences. And so I think it's really exciting that community engaged scholarship creates spaces for all of those people to come together. And it's really exciting to think about the kinds of responses to the issues that we face today, both the positive and some of the challenges, what those responses might look like when you have such a diverse group of people. I think one of the most important things that universities are going to have to do to help support this is rethink how we assess what constitutes scholarship. I really think that we have to be very open to the idea that it doesn't always have to look the same way that it has looked in the past. So it's very important that we recognize, for example, people's work with communities, people's engagement with communities, and give that value in the assessment process. It's also about us being creative about what we understand and see as teaching, for example, that teaching exists in class, that the whole community is truly a classroom, and creating opportunities for our academic faculty to engage and meet people where they are when they are teaching. And the same with research, that research can take on so many different shapes now, and we need to value that and respect that. And maybe something else that we could do as universities is help our faculty and help our academics understand how these three worlds can come together. It will always be kind of muddy and blurry, and it might not always be clear. Is this service? Is this research? Is this teaching? But I think that's a sign, perhaps, that we're getting closer to understanding all of these things as being entwined as scholarship.